why the New Zealand Privacy Act probably doesn't apply to your home CCTV. This article explains why New Zealand's privacy law probably doesn't even cover what you do with cameras on your home. And whenever I speak in front of an audience about security cameras, the first question is always the same. What about privacy? Or something along those lines. Some people are afraid of upsetting their neighbours by putting up cameras, and others have neighbours with cameras, and they already hate them. That's their neighbours, that is. So they want to know what their rights are. Now, there's a short story about each of these cases to follow. Before I get into that, though, a quick disclaimer. I'm not a lawyer, but it is my job to be across this particular law. So I've researched the Act, and I've spoken directly with the Office of the Privacy Commissioner. And the picture is actually surprisingly clear. So, first the stories. Jay put up a security cameras on his home, and then he did the right thing and discussed it with his neighbour, who he realised could see one of them from his property. Now, it turned out that one tiny corner of the image showed a small part of the neighbour's pool area. The neighbour was a wee bit upset, so Jay used the digital masking feature to pixelate that part of the image. Jay also gave the neighbour 24/7 access to the camera, so they could satisfy themselves at any time that the camera couldn't really see their pool area anymore. Now the question is, did Jay actually need to do any of this? The answer, no. At least not according to the Privacy Act. Interestingly, the neighbour still wasn't happy 100%, so Jay decided in the interests of good relations to move the camera at his cost, of course. Story number 2. S had a friend who has the new neighbours from hell. Big shot developer with teenage kids installed a skate ramp that operates all hours, extra lighting, lots of parties, lots of noise, and lots of security cameras. S says her friend has approached the neighbour on several occasions, so of course they no longer get on. The police aren't interested, and the council responded to noise complaints, but of course it's all quiet when the inspector gets there, typical. So S wonders whether her friend can get the neighbours taken down, because she feels they look directly at large parts of her property. So the question is, can the noisy neighbour be made to remove or move the cameras under privacy law? The answer, again, no. The law. Section 56 of the Privacy Act basically says that if you're not being an idiot, then your home security cameras aren't even covered. You can read it for yourself, and of course the wording is different to mine. The message is pretty clear though. You're perfectly entitled to protect your loved ones and your property, even if that means your cameras show parts of the neighbouring properties, as long as you don't use it in a, quote, highly offensive, unquote, way. If you want to be an idiot and point one of your cameras straight into a neighbour's child's bedroom window, then I imagine you'd probably be in trouble. But as long as you use them for your own, quote, personal, family or household affairs, unquote, then you're fine, and privacy law really has nothing to say. So my advice, don't worry about privacy issues around your home CCTV. And if you want reassurance, please phone the Office of the New Zealand Privacy Commissioner. I found them very helpful and very clear. Read the Privacy Act by all means, and especially Section 56. Also, Section 7 reminds you that if you break other laws with your cameras, for example voyeurism, then the Privacy Act is overridden anyway, in this case, of course, by the Crimes Act. If you're still not satisfied, then seek legal advice. It amused me that Jay did this, and the first thing his lawyers responded in their email was, "You need to be careful." I wonder how many lawyers' letters in human history have begun with, "You need to be careless."